Credits. I'm your host today, Johnny64, and today we are going to talk about one of our favorite directors in the entire world, very clearly, if you've seen our other videos, James Cameron. We have a number of pieces of news and topics to talk about with him today, so I think we should just jump right into it. Starting with this little article here where he says he relates to Thanos, the previous big bad of the MCU. I'm sure a lot of people have said it in the past that they relate to Thanos, and there's been the hashtags Thanos was right and everything. So let's start with that.
Why? Because he wants to just like suck the fun out of the entire universe? Is that why?
He wishes half the movie universe was gone.
Hold on. We have way too much. We're showing everyone there's way too much hate on James Cameron. I, for one, just don't like his Avatar series. I love the Terminator franchise that he's done. I've loved True Lies. I've loved what was it? Alien.
Yeah, but Spade.
The Abyss was good to me. Like,
yeah, but Spade. Here's
Titanic.
You're getting into movies that, unfortunately, a lot of like audiences now weren't even alive for. Yes, his classics are exactly that. Classics. They're great. But because he's actually generating his own buzz with Avatar, saying that they're better than the Marvel movies right now, it's sticking in a lot more minds. So a lot of people do focus on the Avatar series.
Yeah, but that's the worst of his series. That's the worst things he's ever done.
It's his own damn fault for making people do that.
Whatever.
And but Spade, I do agree with you. His older movies are fantastic, but he wants to focus on Avatar? Fine, we'll focus on Avatar. It's garbage.
It is.
Well, I think he would
please
like
check out our previous videos.
Yeah, no, like I said, we had a lot to say about him with the Avatar, the Way of Water review. But I think he would like to snap away half of the competition he has in the movie universe.
Of course.
Yeah, I think that's really the only reason why he's even said that, or even gave anything Marvel related any of his time of day. But yeah, so just anybody who is not a fan of James Cameron, I'm sure will read that.
I'm James Cameron. I want to take all of Marvel's money.
I'm James Cameron.
Out of here.
Well, he dominates the box office. He dominates the box office because he keeps re-releasing the same movies.
And people get bored on the weekends.
Hold on. He releases the movies, right? But he's only done that with Avatar. He just recently did it with Titanic, but the movie hasn't been in theaters in 20 years.
So he just wants his records back.
Isn't it a little convenient, though, that, yeah, sure, you can use whatever excuse. It's the anniversary of when it first came out.
Okay.
Fine, whatever. Is it just a little convenient, though, that he keeps trying to make his movies bigger than they actually are? And they are big. Don't get me wrong.
But Grim, he has 3 of the top 5 grossing movies.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to keep putting them out. Why? Because he wants to stay in that spot. It's a matter of money. He's going to keep making money that way.
Yeah. Hate him or love him, he is the director that constantly brings out results.
Yeah.
He can be an asshole because he can be an asshole.
Yeah.
Let's say don't bet against James
Cameron
because he's always going to do great. So I don't know.
A track record is a track record, and here's another piece of news that this is a good segue into. So I mean, Avatar, Way of Water. We like we said, we had a lot to say about that movie. We did not like it at all. Regardless of that, it has now become the 3rd highest grossing movie of all time. They're even questioning if it can top Avengers Endgame and the first Avatar movie, which it probably won't, but still top 3.
Doubtful.
I mean, yeah, I doubt it too, but still, it's still the top. Like, he has 2. Not only are 2 of his movies are in the top 3 highest grossing of all time, 2 of his movies are in the same series. Yep. The first Avatar and the second Avatar are both in the top 3 highest grossing movies of all time. You can't knock that. You can't deny that. But it's
how many directors do you know that have done that? They're in the top 5. Okay, 3 out of the top 5 are his movies. So at the end of the day, yeah, we may have not liked Avatar, but that goes to show you what kind of a director he is. He also has, wait, hold on. I think he also has 4 or 5 out of the top 10 movies.
Probably Titanic's in there.
Terminator 2.
Terminator
3. I could be wrong, but anyway, the point is, not many directors can say that. So,
yeah, no, like I said, he may be an asshole, but he can be an asshole.
He's
the things that people complain about him working with him, it doesn't matter because he still puts out results.
We're not going to get into a morality issue about this, but that also doesn't give him the right to be an asshole.
No, of course not. Of course
but
not.
He's a money-making asshole. That's all that matters in Hollywood. Making money is all that matters.
I'm not getting into a morality issue. I don't want to. Again, as we spoke on this earlier, his classics are fantastic. Terminator 2, easily one of my personal top 3 favorite movies. Straight up. If not, it's most definitely like my favorite sequel of all time.
Without a doubt.
But I can honestly say, seeing Way of Water, I saw it with my friends here. I will not see it in theaters at all. The first Avatar I must have seen in theaters 3 times. Once to see the movie. The second time I was bored, and the third time I was bored.
You mean to tell me there was no other movie, and you said, "Oh, I'm going to go waste my money on a movie that I didn't like"?
Apparently not. I don't. That was like my likes at the time. Obviously, like things change, things shift around.
He was young and dumb.
Yeah, I was young and dumb. I'm still dumb, but it is what it is.
I mean, and listen, as long as it took to go from Avatar 1 to Avatar 2, clearly he plans
15
ahead.
years.
Right now, he's planning on there's a movie based on the Hiroshima bombings from World War II that he's looking to work on, and he's trying to plan around Avatar 4 for that. We haven't even gotten to Avatar 3 yet, so God knows when that movie will come out.
But hold on. Avatar 3 and 4 were filmed. Most of 3 was filmed with 2. So realistically, if all goes well, by this time next year, we could have Avatar 3, if not by the end of next year.
Realistically, yes. But as we've mentioned James Cameron before and his pace of doing things, yes, you could call it meticulous if you want. You could call it whatever. The man, in like how some directors, who are beneath him, I guess, take a year and a half to make movies. He decides to take 5 years to make one movie. Yes, it'll shatter all kinds of records and it'll all be worth it. Ha ha ha! I love money. I swear he's a super villain. But you also have to put into account too. We now are stepping into the George R.R. problem. And I'm not trying to make this terrible, but can he actually outlast his schedule in terms of his age and health? I don't know his age and health off the top of my head, but realistically, George R.R. Martin is not in the best of health, and he keeps saying, I'm going to finish the series, guys, I promise. 20 years later, we still don't have a conclusion to some random book series. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make, though,
random book series
is that will he be able to finish it? I don't know.
He is 68 years old from a quick look up. So.
Oh, okay. So he will be in his 70s, more than likely, when Hiroshima comes out.
Now, in regards to Hiroshima, say what you want about him, that subject does intrigue me. I do like World War II historic movies. In our previous top anticipated movies, a couple of you had Oppenheimer.
Oh my God.
Oppenheimer.
Christopher. I know I butchered the name there, coming from Christopher Nolan. So it's not Avatar, which I don't want to see ever again. But if he does get to that movie, if he doesn't drop out of it, that subject matter of the now from what we know about it, is it going to be like what the aftermath of the movie, or the incident when the nuke bomb was dropped by the Americans on the Japanese during it? Do we know the contents
We
of the
don't know
movie
anything.
We don't.
Well, it's going to. I'm reading the article about it. It's apparently going to be adapted from a book called "The Last Train from Hiroshima: The Survivors Look Back." So the book chronicles a detailed account of the bombings of Japan, Hiroshima, and Nagasaki during the events of World War II from the survivors' perspective. So I think it differs from Oppenheimer. Because Oppenheimer's about the planning of it from our side.
Oppenheimer is going to be before Hiroshima is going to be the aftermath, essentially, is what I'm hearing.
See,
Yeah.
So that's a movie that I would be interested in seeing. Whether or not he gets to do it or not, that's a whole nother discussion, considering his age and Avatar schedule. But I would consider seeing that movie, depending on.
Me too, because what James Cameron is good at is research. And now I know you make fun of him. You make fun of him like I'm James Cameron, I know the ocean. He did his research on the ocean with Titanic, and it was a much better movie for it.
He doesn't know the ocean.
He didn't do research on the sky.
As you know, I might be most famous in movie commenting for the final scene in Titanic. Okay, I don't know if you knew about this.
What would you say about the final scene?
We know where the Titanic sank, the longitude, the latitude.
Yes.
We know what time of day.
Oh, so
what time
stars.
of night. So at the POV, the point of view of Rose, as she's looking up deliriously to the sky, there's only one sky she should have seen, and it was the wrong sky. Not only that, the left side of the sky, it was worse than that. The left side of the sky was a mirror reflection of the right side of the sky.
Did you call James
So it was
Cameron?
lazy. I called him, no reply. It's back in
Can he fix that
1996.
shit?
I saw it when it first came out. I noticed instantly. And because I know the sky. This is what
yeah.
Okay, so no reply.
No. But now I'm sure he's doing his research on Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings, what the survivors went through. But I have the confidence in him to do a good job if it's going to be a serious movie like that. Avatar, to me, it's not a serious movie. It's his version of like a Marvel universe.
It's a fantasy movie.
He's not good. He's not good at that stuff.
It's his version of The Last Airbender. It's not Marvel. It's Last Airbender. It's his version, and it's
what? It upsets me that this man thinks he has the right to try to do this too. I wouldn't be surprised if you find out at the end of the day, here he is lying down and just come closer, my audience. I have to tell you one final secret. I did it all out of spite. I genuinely would not be surprised.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see, because if you're a fan of James Cameron, he definitely makes you wait. So on that note, if no one else has anything to add there, what are your thoughts on James Cameron? What do you think? Are you a fan of him? Are there things that you don't like about him either? Let us know down in the comments. Put that, ring that bell, subscribe to us, watch us, and roll credits.
I'm James Cameron. I like money.